What's up, everyone, and welcome to Transform Your Life. I'm Frank Anderson, and in today's episode, I'm sharing a personal and cautionary tale. It's a story about my journey in and out of a cult, stemming from my misunderstanding of the faith, and how it led me to the importance of joining a church deeply rooted in the early church teachings and traditions. So my journey began searching for a church in a town that I really didn't know anybody in, and that was a perfect breeding ground for me landing myself in a cult. Because as I sat with this group of individuals and they started teaching what they believed, I started to notice that it was straying far from what Jesus taught, and that honestly it was becoming really manipulating and controlling. I want to share this story, not to shock you, but to share with you that the lack of understanding the faith can truly lead us astray. The turning point came for me when a friend of mine approached me and said, "Frank, I think you're in a cult." And once I truly stepped back and analyzed the practices and teachings that I was being taught, I noticed that they were far from the teachings of Jesus and the early church traditions and teachings. So what did this lead me to do? It led me to leave this as fast as possible and to realize that anyone can use the word of God to manipulate and control you. But this was the beginning of my journey back to the faith. This journey led me to rediscover the roots of the Christian faith. It showed me that I don't have to be afraid of the early church. It showed me that I could grab a hold of the traditions and the teachings that the early church held to that passed along to us later on. So it gave me an opportunity to not only root myself into the early church, but it also gave me the ability to be okay with teachings and traditions that have been held onto since the apostles. This experience taught me the importance of being a part of a church that is deeply rooted in the early Christian teachings. It's not just about traditions for tradition's sake. It's about being deeply rooted in the soil of history, the beliefs and practices that have been the bedrock of Christianity since the time of the apostles. As we close this episode, my hope is that this story will be a reminder that you should always seek and cherish the faith that was passed down from the early church. Be cautious, be curious, and always strive to deepen your understanding of the faith that was passed down from the early church. Thanks for joining me on Transform Your Life. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button for me, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay true to the faith and keep chasing after the truth.